Hi, and welcome to a brand new video. In this video, we're going to be talking about this problem where you basically need to set this next, which is another variable inside our list nodes, to the element right to the right of it. So basically what this is saying is that if you are at this current node right over here, what you're going to want to do is you're going to connect and have this left node over here be connected to your right node. So we have three properties to do this. We have left, which connects the left. We have the right, which connects the right node, which we always use. But we're going to set this next property to the one to the right. And then this one here would be connected to just null. Here's the interesting thing. If you are right over here, then, sorry, if you're right over here and you connected this node to this node, how are you going to connect this node to this node right over here? What we're going to try to do is we're going to just use this next right over here in order to change that. What I'm saying is that here we obviously know that the next is null. But on this first level, we're going to set the next of these, right? This is done on the first level. On the second level, you already have the next of these. So what you can say is that you can first go into this node and set the left to the right. But then you can say, let's call this node n. You can say n dot right dot next is equal to n dot next dot left. So what that will do is it will say that the right of this node, so this node's next, is going to be connected to this node's next left node. So that's how at an intersection point like this, we're going to connect this right node to this left node. So now we've gotten this set up. I'm going to remove this existing code. We're going to go ahead and program this. So in order to do this, what we're first going to say is that if root equals null, then we're just going to return root because there's obviously no point after that. Then we're also going to say that if we're at this very last node, right over here, we're not going to do a third round because there's nothing below it. So in this scenario, we'll just return the root again. So basically, if root or root.left is equal to null, we'll just return root. We also know that it's a perfect binary tree. So what a perfect binary tree basically means that it's not that the left is defined but the right isn't. If there is a level beneath it, all nodes there are defined, which is why this strategy works and which is why we only need to check whether root.left is equal to null. Then we're going to first set the root.left.next to the root.right.next. So root.left.next is equal to root.right.next. So this connects this node, this 4 node, and this 5 node. Then we're going to set this right node over to this left node. So we're going to set 5 to 6. And in order to do that, we'll just say that if root dot next not equal to null. So basically, if it was defined in the previous level, so in the scenario it is 2 is connected to 3, then we're going to set root.right.next to root.next.left. And this is the exact same code that I wrote at the bottom here. And then otherwise, we'll just set root.right.next to null. And at the end of this, we're just going to return root. So now if you run our code, looks like we're getting an error. So the reason is because we're only doing this for the first node. So now we need to call the recursive. So we need to call root.left and root.right on this. Still getting an error. And this time, this error is because instead of doing this right over here, I'm just going to say if root.left is not equal to null. And I'm going to move this below our if statements here. So again, it's not working. And this is because we just rearranged our code a bit. So, and it looks like I just made like a super silly typo. I accidentally wrote root.right.next, but that's not what it is. It's just setting root.left.next just to the right node. So it's just root.left.next to root.right. And perfect, now it works. We can submit our code. And looks like our code works beautifully. So I hope this video was helpful and see you in the next video.